Hey everybody, this is Chess with Investors. I'm Dan Fradenburgh from dandoesdeals.com and all that kind of fun stuff. And today I'm joined with John Laine. How you doing today, John?
I'm good. I'm a little overwhelmed, but I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot for sure, but yeah, if you hit the challenge link that's in Streamyard, that should do cool. And we're already started. So as far as I'm starting off with white here, so I'm gonna do my night move. Don't worry, it's unrated. But John, do you want to introduce yourself to the audience after you
Hi.
do your first move there?
My name is John. I
Mm-hmm.
am the founder of Condo Top Fund. You know, this is going to be a hysterical game. I'm the founder of Condo Top Fund. We buy small apartment buildings, convert them to condos, working with nonprofits, housing providers to help modest means income people buy their first home. That's like the full sentence. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 I love it. I love it. And people in the audience must be thinking, what on earth are we doing here? Yes, this is technically a real estate show that's done over a live game of chess. And so you get to see us get more and more flustered and as we go along here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take that one. But yeah, it's frantic, it's furious, it's crazy. But and there's no doubt that we tend to enjoy doing more real estate than sitting here playing games. But after all, this is the internet, and you have to do something a little bit out there for attention on the internet. It's just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way that
This
these things
is
go.
this is super clever. I gotta say, you're one of the best marketer guys I know. You definitely have a talent for this stuff.
Wow, that's really nice of you to say. But especially for I was mentioning to you last week when we ran into each other again that I was at Raise Fest in Phoenix this year, and I saw your face and a great big testimonial printed out on like your head was probably about like 5.5, six
I
feet tall.
I was plastered everywhere. What's funny is I wasn't at that event. I We
Right.
closed our campus property literally the 2 days before, and we had a crazy tenant revolt. 10 of the 15 residents decided not to pay rent, and so I decided to stay home and not go to Raise Fest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty intense, especially since you mentioned the nonprofit side. Like, and correct me if I'm wrong if it's still for profit or not. But my recollection is it's nonprofit. But there's a philanthropic part of what you're up to. Can you say a thing or two about that?
Sure. Well, we are 100% for-profit organization.
Mm-hmm.
We use the term compassionate capitalists. Both terms are important. We definitely try to uh, make a pretty reasonable profit, but we do partner with our nonprofit partners. Just as a sidebar note, 1 out of 20 homes or apartments is owned by a nonprofit organization in the US. Like, it's a $1 trillion market that's kind of this big black box that nobody knows that much about. Um, so we partner with the nonprofits. We buy their um, older properties and then convert them to condos and then sell them back to the people who live there, ideally. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we're pretty close to parity. For example, this new transaction that we're closing this week, the rents are about $1,100, and then when it's completely done with the reno, you're going to be pretty close to about $1,300 for the mortgage.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, so it's and we make a commitment to sell them back at like 80% AMI. So super affordable, makes it easy for people to get into their first home.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a
what
really
are you
sweet.
doing there? That's not a fun move. What are you planning here?
Oh, I got a couple ideas.
Yeah, stop it. I, I
Yeah,
told you this is kind of. I'm going to get my ass kicked on this one.
yeah. I'm
I
pretty sure that's going to make its way onto a sizzle reel at some point, right there.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I do. I am a very slow, methodical processor. I am gonna get killed on this game. You want me to talk the whole
Well,
time we're
yeah,
playing?
at this point, it's like, you still have, like just shy of 13 minutes left on your timer here. So, you've got plenty of time to think for sure.
All
So,
right, all right. Let's
and
see.
I know that when you're about 10 moves deep, there's a good chance that you should have maybe like 7 minutes left on your timer. But like, I think one of the other things that comes up in this situation is you end up having this like I think politeness starts kicking in, and it shouldn't, right? Because like you don't want to like ignore your guest. And also you don't want to leave them waiting for too long, but no, you should definitely leave your opponent waiting until you come up
Oh,
with a better move. So
all right. Well, this. Sorry, I've got runny nose. This is definitely going to be an interesting, fun game. Um, yeah, so that's what we do. We buy small apartment buildings from nonprofits at about 30 to 50 cents on the dollar, renovate them, and then sell them back to first time homeowners. It is a cool business model. I'm really, really proud of what we do.
yeah, it's and that's the thing too. Like one thing that I always take with a little bit of a grain of salt, and this is a little bit of a spicy hot take sort of thing. I find especially when you find somebody in their 20s, something like that, who wants to, change the world with what they're up to. I find it's pretty common for them to say, "Oh, we'll talk to the municipality. We'll get some tax breaks because of what we're doing, all that sort of stuff." And at the end of the day, that's pretty much what every syndicator, every deal sponsor is doing. They're always going to have a chat with the local government and say, "Hey, like, is there any chance that we can get like a discount on our taxes or something like that?" Are you able to discuss a little bit about the kinds of struggles that you run into with that kind of approach, like or
Yeah. So the big first off, we don't ask for tax credits. We don't ask for tax breaks. Um, Here in Oregon, uh, you got HUD, you've got the state of Oregon, you've got all these organizations, governmental organizations, giving money to um, these nonprofit housing providers. The problem is that those dollars are essentially gone. It's called preservation dollars, and there's a long line of people trying to get those dollars, and they're almost impossible to get right now, and so we don't rely on them. Um,
Mhm.
and I don't want
That's
to.
actually good to know because, quite frankly, it's like a lot of like I always tell people online that I'm from the internet. So really, that means I tend to have to rely on what people tell me. And okay, so let's go ahead. Oh yeah, I guess it helps if I control the right screen. I'm trying to control my chess pieces from StreamYard, and that's not going to work. That's funny.
Yeah,
But
I generally, we don't really rely on the tax issue
mhm.
as much. Um, it's a non-issue for us. We are compassionate capitalists, and I know that's a cheesy. I throw that. I've been trying to push this idea of compassionate capitalism for the better part of 20 years, and I think I'm actually making some headwind now, or some success now, because
Mhm.
we don't really rely on governmental intervention. The nonprofits are they okay. So here I'm gonna pause the chess game for a second. So uh, nonprofits end up getting lots of dollars for the front to build new buildings, to build new homes, right? What happens is there isn't enough money for what's called preservation dollars. And that's where, like the building we're buying it at $65,000 a door. Portland's average unit price is about 150, 175. We're buying it at 40 cents on the dollar because there are no preservation dollars to keep this building in good repair. We're buying at 1.5. We're putting 1.7 into the building for renovation, right? So the preservation dollars just simply don't exist. And that's why we're able to get a really, really great bargain.
Mhm. Mhm. That makes sense. Okay. So yeah. Now, you and I've already done our chance encounter interview,
Yeah,
and that is it's basically anybody who's in commercial real estate, just finding out what exactly do you do. You know, what's the contribution that that you bring around to the team, and oh, actually, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Even though that kind of traps that. I can deal with that though. Yeah, let's try that. And so that's something we've already done. Now, of course, one of the reasons for that a lot of people don't realize is I think it's because they see a show like Shark Tank, for example, and they get to thinking that if you see somebody with means and you say, "Hey, I've got a great business idea. Are you interested in investing?" They think that that's legal,
yeah.
and it's not.
Nope. Mine are
it,
detail.
right, right. As far as the most common exemptions that you can get from the SEC, 506B and 506C are the most common ones.
Hmm.
And the main difference is with a 506C, you can only take people who are accredited investors. That means you have to have a net worth exceeding $1 million, excluding your primary residence, or you have to have income of over 200K a year, or over 300K per year, in combination with your spouse. And you actually need some sort of third party verification, like a CPA or a lawyer or something, attesting to the fact that you're accredited, or you simply can't be involved in that kind of deal. Whereas a 506B, you don't have to be accredited, but you need you can't publicly solicit, you can't turn around and advertise to everybody, and so those are the ones I call the private off market deals that you're not really allowed to talk about. So usually there, John, do you guys use 506Bs or 506Cs?
Simple answer, both. We're closing the Prizery deal. So we're closing two transactions this month. Prizery is a 12 unit apartment complex converting to condos. That one's a B, so that's unaccredited. Those are friends and family only, people that we know. And then Laurelhurst is a C, and that's we talk about that pretty openly on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we try to give an offering for kind of uh, both both when we can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
I
so,
am going to get killed on this game. I want to win. Here's the thing, Dan. I actually want to win. I I don't like to lose. I think I'm a good loser. I think I'm a good game player. My wife and I play games all the time. I really haven't played chess in 5 years, I'm sure. And
hmm.
I want to win.
Well, we'll see what we can do, but I can't make any promises.
Yeah, thank you.
We have a rule in or a guideline in this house with me and the kids, and like chess is a great way to get the kids off of the screens. But the thing with me is Daddy doesn't go easy on anybody,
Nope.
and so basically, actually that opens that up, doesn't it? Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a better move, isn't it? Let's try this.
Don't make the better move. What are you thinking? You're not supposed to make the better move. Really? This is what we're doing? All right. Uh, all right. La la la. Okay, so tell me about your real estate stuff. What are you working on?
Yeah, so it's I'm not a GP of anything anymore, but the main thing that I'm working on these days is a debt fund. And the thing that I like about that entire business model is that when it comes to investors, it's way easier to explain. And not only that, there's also the fact that you know what? I think I have to do something about this bishop here. Uh,
That bishop is very happy where it is right now. I hope you know.
yeah, yeah. Well, just like that knight. That knight is a monster that you've got in the middle of the board there. That's
Yeah, that is my goal. My goal, I may lose, but my goal is to at least annoy you.
yeah. Okay, so if I can't take it yet though, because I'll have a nasty fork on my hands.
I was hoping you didn't see that.
Right. But over here, is that what I want to do? Right. So that's the other thing that's kind of fun. I was mentioning before we started recording is that it's neat uh, how this gets people off script when
Oh
you're
yeah,
when you're
yeah.
when you're trying yeah when you're trying to put together. Oh, actually, right. I think that's my move. Yeah, that's my move right there.
Well, I'm liking the fact that you actually have to concentrate. That makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't like the move that I'm is forming. Um,
yeah,
it does limit your options.
yeah. So I think I have to go here to run away.
Run away! Run away!
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Well, but I don't know. So okay, so I didn't realize that you weren't doing GP work anymore.
Yeah, it's well, one of the biggest things is, like I spent 15 years living in Taiwan. I ended up moving back to Canada in 2017, and doing that, that costs a lot. And then the company I was working with for years before that, they ended up having some of their own troubles. So because of that, I've been very sponsor dependent for my real estate career.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I think we need to blow stuff up first. I'm
Oh,
not.
what are you doing?
I
You're
think
gonna.
I'm causing problems.
I think
I
you
was.
you have successfully caused a problem. Um, I was really hoping you would let that go for just a little longer.
But so basically, that was one of the big issues when I was a GP. I'm basically on sweat equity for the most part, and so trying to rely on mostly my effort, but sometimes my charisma and brains, I suppose. But it really depends on what kind of team you're looking at. So I'm not saying that I wouldn't GP again in the future, but my main thing is that there's also a lot of strings attached. At least me, I don't like to let people down.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm how am I gonna is that what I'm gonna do? Yeah, because I gotta get that guy out of the way.
That guy is not moving, just FYI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I the GP I love being a GP. I've tried to work with other people and other sponsors, but the reality is I really like being we've got a 3-person team at 4 technically. We have a junior partner.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really quite lovely. I gotta say, I like our team a lot. Uh, you didn't take him.
Nope.
Well,
Yeah, it's that square's protected twice by the knight and the queen, and that's when I'm like, you know what? This is that has bad news written all over it.
I really wanted you to take him. If I go there, you're gonna do.
Yeah, this format's also quite funny just because of the fact that from tech experience, editing, all that kind of stuff, I always look at the sound waveform, and one of the big giveaways that something bad happened is if there's silence in the recording, but not in this game.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Uh, it's been I really do. I love chess. I really enjoy it. Um, I'm playing. I keep bopping into the interview of real estate, and I keep bopping back into I want to win. It is definitely a competing commitment. Um, I kind of think that would be a good move. What did you take from me? You took my knight. Did you take my knight?
Yeah, so I have a bishop and a knight of yours. So I got a pawn, bishop, and a knight, and you got 3 pawns and a knight. So I'm
Well,
gonna
I
be
had
disappointed
the
with you on that.
opportunity to take your bishop, and I thought I might be able to get you to make a terrible move, but that did not happen. All right. If I go,
I don't see any way for you to get at my bishops. Or you mean a couple moves back?
yeah, a couple moves back.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. That's cool. Oops, that's a blunder.
Oh, crap. I was playing so well.
You really were. You
God
really
dang
were.
it. The moment I let it go, I'm like, oh, dang.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's okay. We can have a rematch too.
Are we allowed to cuss on your podcast?
Actually, it was funny. Everybody thought that I'd start cussing like immediately, like first
Yeah.
episode, something like that. I think I got to the 30th episode before I actually, and it was just the S word.
Oh,
It's somebody else let out a few, but yes, you can go like that one. Yeah, that's kind of heartbreaking.
that
That one
was,
right there.
I thought I was playing fairly well that until that one.
Yeah, yeah. I think you needed to
Bummer.
actually take that pawn because that started with check. But
Dang, dang,
yeah,
dang, dang, dang,
yeah. Because
dang.
now I can just start using my material advantage to bully you
Yeah, you're
around.
just gonna crush me at this point, aren't you? Well,
If you want to resign and do a rematch, we can do that too if you want.
oh
Uh,
no, no,
oh,
no.
okay.
You're,
Yes,
you're
yes.
you're
That's the
gonna
spirit.
win. I just want to at least make it a little slower for you. That sucks.
Okay.
I'm so frustrated by that. Okay, well, um, I guess I'm gonna go. Why won't it let me do that? Oh, of course, duh. All right.
Yeah, in the
Well,
first bunch of episodes, the way I phrased it. Oh, actually, and you've only got a minute left.
oh my God, really? You have
Yeah.
11 minutes to go on your
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm when you're talking, I'm still figuring out what I'm going to be doing next as well. So that's part of it.
Yep. Well, and there's really nothing I can do to stop this. Well, that was kind of you.
Yeah, let's try that. But yeah, the other thing that is kind of tough is I don't want to play dirty and distract people very often. I've done it before when I started losing.
How
The
many times you said you've like 50 to 2? Like that's a
uh,
pretty solid record.
the draws were two. The losses of the published episodes, 10 losses.
That's interesting. Of the published episodes, I've
Right.
lost of the published episodes.
Right, right. I what I do is that's how I keep track of them. Is I just add the record. Oh, 2-1. Oh no. Oh, you flagged. Timeout.
Oh,
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll do better on this rematch. Let's take a look. We'll fire that out as well.
dang it.
But yeah, as far as yeah, there's a little rematch thing if you still have time. It says that I had a big advantage there, but it wasn't like mate in something stupid. But yeah, in the bottom right hand corner, you should see this little notification
Right
letting
here.
you know that there was a rematch request
What?
sent.
Dan Frandenberg. Frandenberg. What
Well,
nationality?
Fradenburgh, but yeah,
Fradenberg. Sorry.
no, it's all
Yes.
good.
Yep. Good. He was a good. He was a good sport.
Yeah, but
All right.
yeah, so there should be a rematch button there somewhere. But if you don't have time, you can also just let people know how to reach out to you. What do you prefer? What do you have you got time for?
I would play another one. I'm gonna get my ass kicked again. How do I play it? How do I do this?
There should be. I think in
Okay.
the bottom right hand corner, there's this little icon with a red one on it, um,
No.
and if you click on it, it should say that there's a rematch, or it might be in the big pop up in the middle of the game board there for you.
Messages. Uh, I somehow have lost it.
Okay, I'll just send another challenge link then. So play a friend.
Can we have a conversation instead of a game?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine as well.
I'm just gonna lose. I thought I was doing fairly well there for a minute, and then
Yeah, you definitely were. I got a little aggressive with that one knight move, but you were covering my fork of your king and your rook with your knight, so I was just going to throw it away if I went for it, and that's why I had to back off when when you kicked it with the pawn, and that's when I knew I was like, uh oh, there was a little bit of issues there, but Good stuff. Now, as far as reaching out to you, I know that we go back and forth. You're active on LinkedIn, which
Yeah.
is a great way to reach me as well. That's where I spend most of my social media time. Of course, these episodes, if you haven't seen them already, they are featured on chesswithinvestors.com. But John, if people want to reach out to you, what are the best ways?
John at condo.fund. Condo.fund is our website. John is my email address. I love talking to folks. I will schedule time to just connect all the time. Like I am a pretty big on LinkedIn. I'm definitely trying to create this personality, this I don't know who I am online. And I really like LinkedIn because there's some authenticity that you get there that doesn't really show up on the others.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
You're
love it.
you're kind of a big deal on LinkedIn. You've been working hard on that, building that. Do you ever do like LinkedIn lives? I'm starting to do those.
Yep, I do LinkedIn Lives, and as a matter of fact, I often release these episodes on LinkedIn Live. But of course, that it is live, right? Terms of service,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Yeah, exactly. So, but I also throw in, the bookend saying what else is going on. But yeah, you're absolutely right. A lot of my stuff on LinkedIn, it relates to my brand. That was really, I opened it for search engine optimization, and because I came from tech, so I was surrounded by highly skeptical people. So, that brand's called Real Estate is a Scam, and realestateisascam.com. The book is actually available on Amazon if you check that out. And the site itself is talking about how there are plenty of highly predictable ways that investors can and even the deal sponsors themselves can lose their shirts, but there are things that full timers do to make it so that that's not going to happen. But it frustrated me a little bit in the coaching guru space,
Oh God,
the
yeah.
mentorship space where like everything was all puppy dogs and fluffy pillows and rainbows, right? And it's just like, no, no, this is a contact sport. It's
Yep.
like it's a team sport as well, but you
You
have to
get
know these
bruised.
things,
I
right?
lost. I think I told you last time. I lost $77 million. Like it is. This is not for the faint of heart. This is a tough freaking business. Um, yeah, and I mean, yeah, you gotta be thick skinned. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
it took
yeah,
me 12 years to recover from that loss. And it was
yeah.
a catastrophic problem for me. I mean, depression, suicide, the whole 9 yards. Like we did, I'm pretty sure we talked about that last time. Like it
Yeah,
was,
yeah, we may have, but yeah, and that's why I just think it's not right, the number of people who will just sweep it under the rug, and they won't even give you basic arithmetic, right? Like if you are an entry level syndicator, you're a minority shareholder, so it's not like you're calling the shots, and when you pretend that you're going to come in and like save the universe, it's like, well, if the rest of the GP team let you
yeah.
save the universe, then maybe, but that's about it. But how's that for stuff? Anyway, John, I really enjoyed having you on again. This is really great. If you're down for a rematch another day, I'm happy to make it happen.
I would
But
love that. We're gonna. Can we put a longer? Like I don't know how to. I do not know how to kibitz and play chess and kibitz at the same time. I do not know how to do that.
right.
That's going to be a new skill for me to learn. Uh, yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, I love it. Well, maybe, yeah, sure. Maybe I can turn it on a longer time format next time. But one last thing, it's my public service announcement I like to do with my content, which is if you've been watching this episode and experiencing searing pains in your eyeballs and like migraine-like symptoms, I'm highly confident. I'm not a doctor or a health professional, but I'm highly confident it's due to the downright hideous subscribe button that's down there that you can hit for free. And when you click it, it changes colors, so you don't have that And full disclosure, it just means my videos may show up on your list of suggestions. You can feel free to ignore those suggestions because, quite frankly, I just appreciate the fact that you spent this time with me. Just like John, I appreciate you joining me. This has been great.
This has been fun, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Oh, hey there. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you are into chess, if you play chess and you're an investor of some sort, real estate or otherwise, well, you can be on the show too. I know, right? All you have to do is connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Dan Fradenburgh, so I'm super duper easy to find on LinkedIn where I spend most of my social media time. But if you're one of those people who just don't play chess, it's don't pay attention to him. I don't judge. All you have to do is go to dandoesdeals.com and you'll find the Chance Encounter series where you're welcome to be a guest on it, where you can share your core competencies that you're likely to contribute to a GP team or a JV. You don't have to be doing syndications. And we'll talk about your buy box and stuff like that. It's easy peasy. It's like 15 minutes long to record, and there are no real fastball questions. Just tell the truth, and everybody will be fine. And if that's not really your thing, dandoesdeals.com. It also has the way to meet more, join more people, add more people to your investor list, your different deal sponsor operators and KPs and passive investors, all that kind of stuff. I'm probably repeating myself, but I'll give you the rest of your day. I appreciate you watching Chess with Investors. See you next time. Bye.